Right now, as you watch this, the sky above you is a battlefield for weapons that shouldn't even exist. We aren't talking about standard anti-aircraft guns anymore. We're talking about Mach 20 assassins that can blind a nation's GPS from space and invisible laser beams that vaporize drones for the price of a cup of coffee. Most people think they're safe, but by the end of this video, you'll realize that the global balance of power just shifted from the phantom dome that vanishes after it fires to the system protecting the White House right now. I'm breaking down the 8 deadliest air defense systems of 2026. You'll want to see number 1, because it doesn't just stop missiles. It plays God with the atmosphere itself. Let's dive in. What's more lethal? A kinetic sledgehammer that physically smashes a missile at Mach 4, or a silent beam of light that melts steel in milliseconds. The world of 2026 has split into 2 terrifying realities. On one side, you have the Russian S-500, a planetary shield designed to kill satellites in orbit. On the other, you have the Or-Iton, a laser system that never runs out of ammo and costs just $2 per shot. But while these giants fight for the headlines, there is one indigenous system from India, Project Kusha, that is quietly making the world's billion-dollar nuclear arsenals completely obsolete. Today, we are comparing the hunters of the exosphere to the ghosts of the low-altitude web. Which one is truly unstoppable? Let's look at the stats that the headlines aren't telling you. Number 1, the Mach 20, Assassin S-500 Prometheus. A name, S-500 Prometheus. Russian designation 55R6M Triumphator M. Their purpose, upper-tier anti-ballistic, anti-satellite and anti-hypersonic planetary shield. Why it's deadly? The S-500 does not just target aircraft. It targets the weapons that other systems cannot even see. It boasts an operational anti-ballistic range of 600 kilometers. It is engineered to lock onto and destroy targets traveling at a terrifying Mach 20, 7 kilometers per second, with a system response time of under 4 seconds. Real-world use. And as of 2025 and 2026, the S-500 has moved beyond prototypes and into active deployment, primarily guarding the Moscow Oblast, while defense giants like India push heavily to acquire it to finalize multi-layered continental defense shields. Why it's dangerous and fatal? Using this system is dangerous because it crosses the line into space warfare. It is designed to obliterate low Earth orbit (LEO) military satellites, blinding enemy nations of their GPS and communications. It intercepts intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, in the exo-atmosphere. When the S-500 fires, it does not just defend. It cripples the enemy's entire strategic infrastructure, leaving them deaf, blind, and defenseless. Number 2, the Speed of Light Executioner, or ATON, Iron Beam. A name, Iron Beam, officially integrated and renamed Or-Iton, or Iton's Light in December 2025. A purpose, high-energy directed energy. Weapon, DW, for instantaneous, close-range obliteration. Potawasyo, why it's deadly. Welcome to the era of laser warfare. The Or-Iton utilizes a 100 kilowatt concentrated laser beam. Traditional interceptors cost between $40,000 to $80,000 per launch. The Iron Beam costs a maximum of $2 to $5 per shot. It possesses an infinite magazine depth. As long as there is electricity, the system never runs out of ammunition. Real-world use. Following rapid development and extreme combat testing, it achieved full operational maturity and was officially handed over to the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, in late 2025, operating flawlessly alongside the Iron Dome to vaporize cheap drone swarms and mortar shells. Why it's dangerous and fatal? It is fatal because it operates at the speed of light. There is no travel time, no warning siren that gives you time to evade, and no radar spoofing that can save the target. You cannot dodge a laser. It instantly superheats the target's metal casing, melting through warheads and drone engines in milliseconds, turning lethal threats into harmless ash silently in the sky. Number 3, the kinetic sledgehammer Patriot PSE-3 MSE. A name, IMIM-104 Patriot PAC-3 Missile Segment Enhancement. Purpose mace, point defense against tactical ballistic missiles, advanced cruise missiles, and next-generation stealth aircraft.
Why it's deadly.
The PAC-3 MSE abandoned the traditional method of exploding near a target to destroy it with shrapnel. Instead, it utilizes hit-to-kill technology. It acts as a hyper-accurate kinetic bullet, physically slamming into the incoming enemy missile at speeds exceeding Mach 4.1. Real-world use. This system has seen relentless combat usage through 2025 and 2026 in Eastern Europe and the Middle East, single-handedly proving its worth by intercepting highly touted, unstoppable, hypersonic glide vehicles like the Kinjal. Why it's dangerous and fatal. It is absolutely lethal because the kinetic impact of a multi-ton interceptor colliding head-on with a ballistic missile at Mach 4 creates a destructive force so violent that the enemy warhead is entirely vaporized. If an enemy fires a chemical or biological weapon, the Patriot's sheer kinetic annihilation ensures no toxic payload survives to drop on the city below. Number 4, the Space Border Sentinel THAAD. It's named into Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, THAAD. A purpose: intercepting short, medium, and intermediate range ballistic missiles during their terminal phase descent.
Why it's deadly.
THAAD operates in a terrifying middle ground, the very edge of space. It intercepts targets both inside, endo, and outside, exo, the Earth's atmosphere. It relies on the ANTPY-2 radar, an X-band system so powerful it can track a baseball-sized object from thousands of kilometers away. Real-world use. Heavily positioned in regions like South Korea, Guam, and the UAE, maintaining a stranglehold over potential nuclear launches from rogue states in 2026. Why it's dangerous and fatal. THAAD's danger lies in its sheer, uncompromising physics. By hunting threats as they re-enter the atmosphere, THAAD hits them when they are traveling at their absolute fastest. It is a fatal system to challenge because it guarantees that any radioactive debris or chemical fallout from an intercepted weapon is dispersed high up in the stratosphere or deep space, rendering the enemy's weapon of mass destruction utterly useless. Number 5, the Exosphere Predator, Arrow 3. Arrow 3, HETS 3. A purpose: exo-atmospheric hypersonic anti-ballistic missile interceptor.
Why it's deadly.
Arrow 3 detaches a kill vehicle in the vacuum of space. Once separated from its booster rocket, this kill vehicle uses an incredibly advanced gimbaled seeker and thrust vectoring nozzles to actively maneuver through space, hunting down nuclear warheads in zero gravity. Real-world use. Arrow 3 made history by executing the world's first true combat interceptions in space, destroying ballistic missiles launched toward Israel. As of 2026, it serves as the absolute backbone of the European Sky Shield Initiative, with Germany heavily deploying the system. Why it's dangerous and fatal. Operating Arrow 3 means playing God with the atmosphere. It is dangerous because it forces the kill vehicle to maneuver in a frictionless environment, calculating closing speeds of Mach 15 to Mach 20 when Arrow 3 strikes. The resulting explosion happens in the silence of space, far beyond human sight, ensuring total annihilation of civilization, ending weapons before they even begin their final descent. Number 6, the Invisible Web NASAMS. Name: National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System, NASAMS. A purpose: distributed, highly survivable, short to medium range, network-centric air defense.
Why it's deadly.
NASAMS takes the exact same lethal AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles used by F-35 stealth fighters and fires them from hidden ground launchers. It utilizes the Sentinel radar system, creating a deadly 360-degree dome of protection. Real-world use. It is the system trusted to protect the White House and Washington, D.C., and has seen extreme deployment in Ukraine to shred incoming cruise missiles and low-flying attack helicopters. Why it's dangerous and fatal. NASAMS is dangerous because it is a ghost. Unlike older systems where the radar, launcher, and command center are parked together, NASAM separates them by miles, connected only by encrypted data links. An enemy fighter jet might destroy one launcher, only to realize the radar tracking them is 15 miles away, and 3 other hidden launchers have already fired. It is an inescapable ambush. Number 7. The Eastern Shield, Project Kusha, and Phase 2, BMD. A name: Project Kusha, Ballistic Missile Defense Phase 2, AD-1 and AD-2. A purpose: cause India's highly classified, indigenous multi-layered shield to eradicate ICBMs and stealth targets.
Why it's deadly.
A design to intercept ICBM-class threats with ranges exceeding 5,000 kilometers. The AD-1 and AD-2 interceptors utilize active radar, seekers that can intelligently discriminate between a real nuclear warhead and fake decoys designed to confuse radar. Real-world use. With Phase 1 actively deployed around high-value targets like New Delhi, Phase 2 is seeing intense, successful testing and aggressive deployment in 2026, putting India in an elite, exclusive club of nations capable of shooting down ICBMs. Why it's dangerous and fatal. This system completely shatters the geopolitical balance of power. It is dangerous to adversaries because it nullifies the threat of a nuclear-first strike. By tracking targets at Mach 10 plus and destroying them in the exo-atmosphere, it turns multi-billion-dollar enemy missile arsenals into expensive junk. Number 8. The Phantom Dome Zubin. Name: Zubin Air Defense System. Purpose: highly mobile, low to high altitude detection and neutralization network.
Why it's deadly.
Engineered as a direct counter-response to lower altitude threats, the Zubin is mounted on a rugged 6.6 chassis. It is designed to deploy, detect, fire, and disappear before the enemy can trace its origin. Real-world use. Following massive escalations in the Middle East, Iran aggressively rolled out the Zubin system through 2025 and 2026 to protect critical infrastructure from suicide drones, loitering munitions, and cruise missiles. Why it's dangerous and fatal. The lethal nature of Zubin lies in its rapid repositioning. Fixed air defense systems are easy targets for anti-radiation missiles, but Zubin is an apex predator that constantly moves. By the time an enemy locks onto its radar signature, the interceptors are already flying towards their target, and the launch truck has vanished into the terrain. Brother, this is the absolute pinnacle of global military technology in 2026. Nobody else on this platform is giving you this level of dark, unfiltered truth about the weapons protecting the skies right now. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button so the algorithm knows you want the heavy, classified details, and drop a comment or down below. Which of these air defense systems do you think is the absolute deadliest? See you in the next one.